love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm janked up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it. I'm janked up and I'm danked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it, you elevate it.
I came over, I ain't sober, I'm still drunk, that's hangover. Might run it back when this page over. You the best thing I done slaved over. Gon' arch you back and been way over. It's overdue for that under-stressing. Over him, now you underdressing. Call me up and I come finessing. Like, ooh, we shot it, what it do, what it don't. Baby, you a queen, you can move how you want. You was rocking with me when I couldn't stay afloat. They ain't never saying nothing wavy to a boat. Like, eyes up, look at me, now I'm the captain. Brought the camera, time for action. Split the legs just like a fraction. Tuck the napkin, time for snacking. You a mother meal. Tell me that it's mine, baby, tell me that it's real. Hit it to the max, well, tell me how it feel. It's gonna be a minute, cause I'm in it for the thrill. Make her feel like heaven, she gon' put me in the wheel. And willingly, I wanna do anything she wanna do. I ain't even wanna boo, but this is what the karma do. It's hard to be apart from you, cause ooh, I
love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm janked up and I'm danked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it. I'm janked up and I'm danked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it, you elevate it, you.
twisted around your finger like a piece of string. I'm winded, chasing after your ghost is real exhausting. I'm in love, but I don't think it's what I thought it was supposed to be. Love story, no guts and no glory. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Well, I don't usually get like this. 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 Reminded of how I met you, tried to catch you falling. Instead I fell off myself and I just can't stop falling. These wings are gonna flap for me if I keep waiting. Keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. I don't get like it's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? I just wanna kiss you. Well, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Get like this. No. Loves me not. This bouquet is all I got. I'm dreaming, or could it be a future for you and me? She loves me, I know it's true. Or maybe I'm the fool for you. I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Yeah, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Oh, get like this. No, get like this. Yeah, get like this. Get like this.
Feel like falling deeper. Colder nights 난 너무 싫어. 기다리기에는 너무 길어. 줬던 내 사랑이 식어. 기대만 하는 것도 난 힘들어. No, I can't, just can't. 가져 내 맘을, 놔줘 내 가슴을 다 바쳐 사랑하기엔 내 자신이 너무 걱정돼. 바보 같은 생각이야. 알아 멍청해. 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지고 있어. 사랑이라는 거. Oh yeah. Baby, can't you come with me? Can't you hold my hand and 가는 방향이 어딘지 서로 궁금해져 버려 애써 맘 졸여 하늘만 보면서 언제쯤 알게 될까 너도 나와 같은 생각을 하고 있을까 한참을 멍하니 보다 보니 살짝 어두워진 색깔 불그스름한 노을의 때깔 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을
You broke my heart a million times. Can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, it's such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Oh, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Can we be honest? You're my comfort zone. Whatever I say, don't let me go. I know you're angry, babe, and I am cold. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Oh, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out.
Do it. Check 1, 2.
Work things out.
Audio level good. Good.
To work things out. To work things out.
What's happening, y'all?
To work things out. To work things out.
We gotta go here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna minimize this. Bring this over. Good afternoon. Good morning if you're on the West Coast with me here in Los Angeles. Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast or Central Standard Time, Mountain Time, however they call it. Good morning, Lakeisha. Lakeisha, we're gonna jump right into it. I gotta get ready for some big things I gotta take care of today. I got a whole list of shit that I gotta do. So we're gonna read. I wasn't gonna read today, but I took off last week and there was no way that I was gonna be able to do 2 weeks in a row of just reading one time, right? And if I take another day off, we're gonna be pushing this into July and I don't wanna do that. Welcome everybody to another episode or another chapter of Rich People Read, where we read a book a month to instruct you in the ways of the successful through the power of reading. We are currently reading the Book of Obsidian. It's a book that is written by Mumia Obsidian Ali. It's the ladies edition. The first book that we read was the Book of Obsidian what is it called? Hold on, I have it right here. I want to be clear on how it goes, because I might say it wrong. A Manual for the 21st Century Black American Gentleman. That was the first one. We read that one in January. We read that, A Manual for the 21st Century Black American Gentleman. We read that book in January, and by popular demand, the ladies was like, well, Obsidian, what's up with our version? So Obsidian knocked out a version for the ladies. That's the red version that you see right here. That's this book right here. And that's what we're reading. We read chapter 1 and 2 on Monday. Today's Wednesday. We're going to read chapter 3 and 4. That's what we do. This is a live book club where we read a book a month. And we do it by reading on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm a little late today. I know I'm a little late. We're getting started around 11:15. But we're going to knock this out. And today we're reading chapters 3 and 4. Today is chapters 3 and 4. Chapter 3 is on black women cheating. It's interesting because chapter 2 was on black men cheating and what to do about it. Obsidian gave all the ladies some notes to take. I want you guys to buy this book. Make sure you click the link in the description of the book, so you can the description of this video, so you can get linked straight to the book to grab it over on Amazon. You can get it in the e-version, or you can get the physical copy. I always tell people, get the physical copies of your books. Even if you read them electronically, get the physical copy so you can have it in your library. And Monday, we read black men cheating and what to do about it. And Obsidian gave ladies a few pointers, 3 particular ones that were important that they should know, so they can identify the red flags, the major ones, on finding a guy that cheats. But today we're going to talk about women cheating. That's what chapter 3 is all about. And then we're going to move on to chapter 4. So I'm going to jump right into it. Toya is here. What's up, Toya? Toya, did you change your name? Tutor, T-E-W-T-R. I know it used to be tutor, like the way you're supposed to spell it, but now I like that. T-E-W-T-R. What up, Toya? We're getting ready to knock it out. It's probably not a lot of people here because I'm not at the same time that I'm, that's another thing. As a film producer, a former film producer, one of the things that's important, and I learned in marketing, is that for television shows, you cannot change the times. People expect to see I Love Lucy the same time every day, every week. If you're watching Game of Thrones had to come on Sunday at 5 p.m., period. That's the only way you can build an audience. And I'm getting used to that, you guys. I'm still running the company, but I know that I need to get better with my punctuality. I know that I am failing you guys in being on time, and I'm going to do better for you. I promise that, especially for the people that's supporting this channel by giving super chats, and certainly to the people who's members of the SR Army. I got a lot. I know I've been saying I got a lot of stuff in store for you. It's coming. Trust me, guys. And punctuality is one of the first things I'm going to tackle. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to start doing these shows when I'm supposed to. No more distractions. I've been having distraction after distraction. And those days are over. Those days are over. So I'm glad you guys are here. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly Rosillo is here. Salute to you, love. Is the system working? Hopefully it's working. I saw Kimberly type salute, but I don't see it acknowledging her. Everybody type salute in the chat so you can be acknowledged by the system. Oh, Lakeisha got acknowledged, so it's working. Maybe it's just a little slow. I don't know. Type salute in the chat, because at the end of this video, we do a gift card giveaway. I don't think anybody else really kind of does that every time they go live. But I have a fashion business, and I have a lot of clothes in my stock room, you guys. I have no problem packing some stuff up and sending it to you. All right. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. I know you guys are excited to read. Let's switch to our read screen. And we're going to talk about black women cheating. Black women cheating. Am I talking to you? I know you women don't think you cheat. You try to lie. I've dealt with recently people who cheat. I talked to recently people who cheat. Women cheat. Black women, is the disparity, the difference between black women and black men, I think, is 24% women and 28% men. It's a 4% split. You guys, and you will take it to the grave. You'll lie. You'll sit up and lie directly in a brother's face. I know men lie too. We talked about that last time. on Monday, right? Well, we talking about you today. So we don't do the whole gaslighting thing. We talking about you today, ladies. On Black versus Kimberly. Kimberly knows my birthday is tomorrow, you guys. Today's the last day of my 49th year. Kimberly says, happiest of birthdays tomorrow, Shan. I hope this year is your best ever and all your desires and dreams manifest. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate you for the early birthday surprise, shout out, gift. She's blessed the channel with a $20 super chat. Let's make Kim the stream sponsor. You know, Kim has already been sponsoring and supporting this channel for going on a year now, I think. Kim, she buys my merch. She sends super chats. She's right here in Los Angeles County. No, she's in Orange County. And she supports the channel and she watches all the shows. I get a report from my assistant that tells me the people that DM. I don't really get it. I know she sends DMs on Instagram, but I don't really check those because it's gotten overwhelming. So shout out to Kimberly. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I appreciate you. Thank you for the blessing. Thank you for the support. And thank you for the birthday wishes. Tomorrow, you guys, I'm 50. Hey, I'll be in Philadelphia for my birthday tomorrow. Ironically, the Mumia Obsidian Ali experience. I'll be doing a seminar on Friday and be attending a Theo Waff's classes on Saturday. And I'm helping with the administration a little bit. You can learn all about that stuff if you want. And the ladies are free, by the way. Fellas, if you want to step up your game, become a better man than you currently are, I suggest you pull up to Philadelphia. Go to blackmanosphere.events. Ladies, you can get your tickets there, and the price is $0. Go register even if you're not coming. Or even, no, don't do that. Don't register if you're not coming. Register if you think you're coming, because we may shut down the registration. But right now, it's wide open. Go to blackmanosphere.events and choose the high demand woman ticket on the MOA experience. And it's going to say $0.00. Check out, and you'll be good to go. I want all the ladies to go ahead and sign up for that. You have, let's be safe. You got, because we may shut it down tomorrow. So you got until midnight tonight to do that. So write that down. It's not a .com site. It's a .event. So it's blackmanosphere .event, or is it events? Is it plural? Hold on a second. I got to check. Events with an S. It's events with an S. Blackmanosphere.events. It's no .com. It's .events. Ladies, just go register. And if you're in Philly, pull up. And there's a lot going on. We have a whole itinerary that's going on, starting Thursday night at Ruth Chris, doing like a little pseudo celebration for my birthday. Into Friday, the business meetings with the men. There's going to be excursions and things to do for the ladies. We're doing podcasts live while we're out there. So I want you guys, that reminds me. Pack video. And hopefully you guys will pull up. I appreciate you. What up, High Kai? What up, Sugar Bum? What up, A. Wilson? So thank you so much for the birthday shout out. I appreciate you, Kimberly, and thank you for the $20 super chat. Did the system let you know? Yeah, it did let you know. You know, Kimberly, you automatically, anybody that gives a $20 or more super chat automatically gets a gift card. So Kimberly, make sure you send your email so my assistant can shoot that off to you right away. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. We're talking about, hey, Mickey, where you been? I haven't seen you in forever. All right, guys, let's get into it. Chapter 3 of the Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition. We are talking about Black women cheating. I wonder if this is you. I know you're not going to admit it. I know you're not going to say, Shannon, that's me. I'm a cheater. I lied. I went over. I had somebody at home in bed, but I went over here and jumped in this guy's bed. I spent the night with this dude while this dude thought I was home sleep. I know you're not going to admit it because, ladies, you don't admit shit like that. You guys are perfect, right? Let's learn today. I appreciate you. What up, Steven? My favorite people is pulling up. Steven's in the house. He gave a quote. I mean, Obsidian starts his books off oftentimes with lyrics from music. This one here is from TLC. Creep. So I creep. Yeah, just keep it on the down low so nobody else is supposed to know. So I creep. Yeah, cause he don't know what I do. And no attention goes to show. Yeah, y'all ladies know. Y'all had anthems, had whole anthems, whole songs advising you guys to cheat on your men. But that, we don't talk about that. Marvy's in the house, y'all. Hey, Marvy. Marvaletta's in the house. All right, guys, let's go. It's been said that women are better cheaters than men. And among the many reasons cited, the most used include the following reasons. Women are better at keeping secrets than men are. Women are more meticulous and fastidious about keeping their affairs from their men than the other way around. Let's click this. And so forth. And within the multi-decades long Black love conversation taking place in Black America, this truism is often taken as a point of pride among a not insignificant number of Black women themselves. You guys pride yourselves, sidebar, on being good cheaters. In a way, taking into account the fact that Black men have been documented to cheat at a much higher rate or level when compared to the nation's other groups of men along racial and ethnic lines, it's understandable as to how and why so many Black women would make the aforementioned truism almost as a point of pride. Cheating is a massive betrayal of trust and a great source of public humiliation. And sad to say, quite a few lovely ladies are no strangers to both. Still, and even assuming that women are better cheaters than men, urban legends are true. Is this something that Black women want to be proud of? Really? It strikes me as particularly odd that so many of you Black women find this as something to be lauded. Being hurt and betrayed by a husband, mate, or lover is no justification to be just as bad as him, even if you're better at it. In the previous chapter, we discussed the very real and important issue of Black male infidelity. And once again, let me make crystal clear, as a Black man, that shit ain't cool. In the 21st century, at a time when Black men no longer need to get married or even get a steady girlfriend to get all of the sexual variety he wants, there is just no practical or moral reason, justification, or rationalization to cheat. And I refuse to associate myself with, condone, or endorse in any way, shape, or form, or fashion any Black man who does. Anyone reading this can check my resume. My stance in this regard is well known and regarded. But with that said, this wouldn't be a book worth the ink and paper it's printed with if I didn't say a word or two about the bracing fact that many of you lovely ladies have a cheating heart too. And that too just ain't cool. So that is what this chapter is going to be about, as you might as well stop poking your lips out and put your big girl panties on. Let's go. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? While it has been historically true around the world that men cheat more than women do, the times are a-changing. Studies have shown over the last few decades or so that female infidelity has risen significantly due to a combination of factors such as women's overall access to education and professional careers and jobs outside the home, loosening socio-sexual mores regarding women, and of course, the ubiquity of the internet and social media. A quick Google guide search yields quite a bit of proof to support my claim. Psychology Today one of my favorite go-to sources for such matters, has a piece on its website called "Is Female Infidelity on the Rise?" and reports a raft of data and statistics from a wide variety of credible sources. CNN has a sprawling 2,100 word article on the topic in which it is suggested that the increase in female infidelity is subversion of traditional gender roles. Since the aforementioned piece mentions the famed psychotherapist Esther Perel in the very beginning, our next cited source of the surge of feminine creeping comes from The Cut. And like the CNN article, opens with a shout out to the Belgian transplant. The United Kingdom's Daily Mail reports similar findings that since 1990, right? What is that, 40 years ago? No, 30 years ago, right? That's 30 years ago. 32 years ago, exactly. Since 1990, female infidelity has skyrocketed a whopping 40%. Ouch. And it goes on. Reams of Google search results on how and why more women are cheating on their hubbies or significant others than ever before. But since this book is a book aimed at dating and mating for the 21st century Black American lovely lady, let's keep it all the way 100. All of those articles are written by white folk, for white folk, and hosted by white organizations of varying stripes and repute. Even more to the point, as made abundantly clear to even the most casual of observers, these think pieces are aimed at a white, highly educated, white-collar professional, upper middle class audience where the white wives give their reasons for cheating as quite a bit different from that is standard fare among Black women in our time today. So while the overall evidence in this country over the past 30 years has been overwhelming in favor of a documented and marketed increase of female infidelity, we also have to keep in mind that much of the conversation on that front has been conducted by white folk, for white folk. That means we have to take a look from the sisterhood's point of view, one that paints a very different picture from that which we've already gleaned. Why do Black men cheat, Sheed? What up, Sheed? Sheed, we here's my man.
Hooah!
Sheed, why do Black women cheat? Lakeisha, why do you cheat? Lakeisha, why do you cheat? If you were my woman, Lakeisha, you'd probably cheat on me. Especially with you being in Chicago. That's why I don't like long distance relationships. Because I can't trust y'all. Y'all gonna be out there doing shit you ain't got no business doing. Toya would cheat. All of y'all cheat. Why do Black women cheat? In the previous chapter, I cited the most interesting study published by the Institute of Family Studies, which among other things shared the fact that Black America has the highest proportion of marital relationship cheaters. They said, in addition to gender and age, the infidelity rate also differs by a number of other demographic and social factors. For example, cheating is somewhat more common among Black adults. Some 22% of ever married Blacks said they had cheated on their spouse, compared with 16% of whites and only 13% of Hispanics. While Black men definitely make up the lion's share of cheaters and philanderers in Black America today at nearly 30% of all Black men, the fact remains that you can't have a 22% cheating rate, the largest in the country, without Black women contributing to the significant share to the overall percentage numbers. Unfortunately, the IFS doesn't specifically go into the reasons for why Black women cheat. So we have to turn to other sources to bust this Gordian knot wide open. Look at Toya. Toya keeping it real. Shout out to the women that keep it 100. Shout out to the women that keep it 100. Kimberly says she's never cheated in her life. Kimberly, look me in the eye. Kimberly, look at me. Look at me. You never cheated. Oh, you do? You think that sucking dick and fucking is cheating? You think that's the limit? It's a lot more than that. You've never cheated ever in your life, Kimberly. It's your boy Shan you talking to. Come on, talk to me. Mickey, you've never cheated? That's not your stilo? Come. Anyways, you know what? Y'all gonna derail me in this book. Let's keep going. That brings us to another very interesting study entitled Black Women with Multiple Sex Partners, the Role of Sexual Agency, co-authored by researchers Stephanie Campos, Ellen Benoit, and Eloise Dunlap, and appearing on the National Library of Medicine's National Center for Biotechnology Information website. Although the paper dates all the way back to 2016, it is 6 years old, making it over 5 years old at the time of writing this book in the late 2021. And the study findings are based on a rather small sample of 50 in-depth interviews conducted with low-income substance-using heterosexual Black women in New York City. It's valuable and worthy of inclusion in this book because it nevertheless gives quite a bit of insight into the phenomenon of Black female infidelity. The study, wait, who? Sugar Bum said never cheated. Okay, y'all capping. Where's my soundboard? Y'all all day, none of y'all has cheated?
Stop the cap.
Come on, none of y'all have cheated?
Stop the cap.
All right, let's continue. While Black men, no, I already read that part because y'all got me all twisted. The study, which I strongly urge any and everyone reading this chapter or listening to Shannon right now to find online to read in full for themselves, cites 4 major reasons for why Black women interviewed cheated on their main mate. Number 1, sexual pleasure. Damn. You cheated on your man because he wasn't making you come? He wasn't putting it down in the bedroom? He didn't have that rhythm? Because that's the rhythm that'll make you come right there. The second reason is partner infidelity. So he cheated, so you did. Oh, you gonna cheat on me? Then you gonna fuck her? Then I'm gonna fuck your cousin. Number 3, sex exchange. I'm not sure what that means. And number 4, past main partners. You just couldn't let that man go. We talked about that last night on the Lapeef Network during King Talk. We were talking about Monique and who wears the pants in her family, and how in 2016, Monique wanted an open relationship with her husband because she felt that she made the money. So she made the rules, and she wanted to keep fucking her ex-boyfriend or her main dick, even though she got married. And she was already 10 years in the marriage because she got married in like 2006 or 2008. Yikes. The following excerpt from the study serves to greatly illuminate why Black women cheat. Relationships with main sex partners ranged in duration from about 1 year to over 10. Main partners were boyfriends, in some case live-in boyfriends, husbands, or something in between. For example, Madness, age 19, said that at the beginning of her relationship with Sean Paul, he used to say, "You my girl." I never said you was my man, but he said I was his girl. So I left it at that. She accepted the role as girlfriend, but she did not necessarily claim Sean Paul as her boyfriend. See, that's that bullshit. I'm your girlfriend. Okay. But I didn't say you was my boyfriend. I never said that you was my man. You just said that I was your girl. Okay, I'm your girl, but you not my man. God, y'all women. Anyways, let's continue. She has 2 secondary sex partners, a past boyfriend and her sugar daddy. Madness, which is her name, did not use condoms with Sean Paul and her ex, but she did use them with her sugar daddy. In the case of 18-year-old Bossy, her main sex partner was not her boyfriend. Her main sex partner was not her boyfriend? How is that possible? Her main dick wasn't coming from her boyfriend. That's just nasty. That's nasty. That's just nasty. She considered Big Boy her boyfriend or main partner, despite the fact that she had not had sex with him yet. She told us, "One thing about me is I do make them wait." Her regular sex partner was an ex-boyfriend, son, and she also had a brief sexual relationship with another man. Bossy used condoms with all of her sex partners. Relationships with secondary sex partners were more casual because there was little to no expectation of commitment, at least on the part of the women. Lucius, she's 28 years old, for example, made it clear to her other partners, one of whom was a previous main sex partner, that she had a steady boyfriend, a steady mate. My ex-boyfriend and the other guy, they all know that I have a main boyfriend, so I don't keep that a secret. I tell the other guy, they all know. No, I don't keep that a secret. I tell them, she used condoms with her secondary sex partner, but not with her main dick. Main dick could go raw, but the backup, he got to wear a condom. Oh, OG Patrice, are you listening to what I'm reading? It's like, ugh. That's just, ugh. What up, Iceman? Iceman's ex is in the house. Hoo-ah! Let's continue, y'all. Right off the rip, we see the big 4 reasons why black women cheat as per Campus, Benoit, and Dunlap's theory at work. But wait, there's more. The researchers then further subdivide their findings into 4 categories mentioned above. Let's take them in turn, again, highlighting some brief examples of each. The sexual pleasure, that was the first reason why black women cheat, for sexual pleasure. 6 participants who had main sex partners indicated that they had one or more secondary sex partners for sexual pleasure and variety. Like, I guess the main guy ain't hitting it from the back right, so he only gets missionary, but the side piece, the side dick, he hits it from the back properly. Their ages range from 19 to 50 years old. For example, Velvet, she's 42, had been living with her boyfriend for 6 months and was also having sex with another man. She told us, I always want something that I don't have. I want a difference, a change sometimes. She liked the newness and excitement that came with having multiple partners. Velvet used condoms with her extra relational partner, but not with a steady boyfriend. Both she and her main sex partner had been tested for HIV, had received negative results, and they subsequently did not feel the need to use condoms. Pinky, where did these names come from? Pinky, who's 19 years old, had 2 secondary sex partners because her main dick wasn't fulfilling her sexually. She and her partner had not had sex since he had given birth to their 4-month-old son. He doesn't satisfy me anymore, she told us, so I have to find somebody else to satisfy me. Wait, so she just had a baby? And her baby daddy ain't fucking, so she's getting postpartum dick from 2 other dicks? Yeah, come on, y'all. This is just nasty. I don't know why it's nasty. It's nastier for women for me. Anyways, double standard, call it what you want. Fuck that. Anyways, she used condoms with her secondary partners. And then there's Mia, who's 31 years old. She admitted to being less attracted to her primary. She's just not attracted to her boyfriend, with whom she lived with. Hold on. With whom she lived with for 12 years. This was largely due to a shift in his expression of masculinity over the years. According to Mia, he had gone from the thuggish to religious and had also become more involved as a parent. This turned her off. Sometimes he's like Mr. Mom, and it upsets me sometimes. Like, just stop. The Roger Report is in the house, y'all. Roger, what up? Hoo-ah! Everybody, throw your ones up.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Everybody, please throw your ones up to my man, the Roger Report. He had came and blessed the channel again with a super chat. He says, salute to Shannon and shout out to Obsidian. Hoorah! Hoorah! Everybody, throw your ones up.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Did you guys throw your ones up to Kimberly Versillo too?
Being number 1 isn't easy.
To have you do that, but you guys already know the drill. When anybody gives us a super chat, which is a blessing, not a donation, but a blessing, we always throw our ones up. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, man. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate you, bro. Roger be giving me money because I'm going to just give it back to him when he go live. So we just really giving YouTube money. because they take it from each time we do it. But it's encouraging. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. She used condoms with her secondary sex partners, but not with her main. She stopped using condoms with him a few years into the relationship. So she just had a baby, and she's fucking these other two dudes. Listen, y'all just nasty. Y'all women can be nasty. Ugh. With the arguable exception of cheating as revenge, which appears below in my view, this is perhaps the single biggest reason as to how and why so many black women cheat. And it proves that black men aren't the only ones who desire and seek out sexual pleasure and variety. Take a bow, ladies. Basically, he ain't fucking you right. He don't give you head. He's not. So she basically got with a hood dude who cleaned up his life and became more involved with church. He became an involved father. And that turned her off. She got with Pookie, and Pookie cleaned himself up and said, I don't want to be Pookie anymore. I want to go to church. I want to praise God. I want to praise God. I want to go in the divine order. I want to be a better father. I want to raise my children. I want to be faithful to you. And she said, ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that. What up? Hoorah!
Hoorah!
My man Charles. I'll be saying hoorah like I'm in the fucking in the Marines. I'm really a GI. It's hook.
Hoorah!
Hook. What up, Charles? Charles has blessed the channel with a super chat as well. Thank you for the blessing, brother. Whoa, I'm not surprised. Exactly. But we don't know. But see, this is not romanticized. We don't hear about this stuff. This stuff is not talked about. It's not in social media. It's not on Facebook. It's not on Instagram. We only hear it if somebody gets killed. But otherwise, it's all black men. That's what I hear. At least that's the perception I get. I don't get it that it's 22% black women and 28% black men. That means we almost hear it equally, and I don't hear it equally. But here we have a woman that had a man that was ripping and running the streets. This is a sidebar. That was ripping and running the streets, Charles. And then the brother cleaned himself up, went to church, said, let me get right. I got my woman pregnant. I want to do shit the right way. Let me get out these streets. I want to love God. I want to praise God, and I'm going to be a better father. And she said, I don't like that. So she went and started fucking two other dudes. You can't make this shit up. Partner infidelity. Main sex partner had cheated. This is the tit for tat. 5 women explained that they had outside sex partners because their main sex partner had either cheated or were strongly suspected of cheating. Similar to Nunn et al. 2012 sample of heterosexual black women in Philadelphia, we find that lack of trust was one factor contributing to concurrent partnerships. For example, Cora, she's 28 years old, had one secondary sex partner in addition to her main sex partner, with whom she had been living with for 3 years. She was hurt by her boyfriend's unfaithfulness. She stated that payback is a bitch. So that's when I got my friend, once I found out that's what happened. She did not use condoms with her mate, but she did so with her other partner. She stopped using condoms with her main partner after they both received negative HIV test results earlier in the relationship. So there you have it. Running neck and neck with the above, cheating as revenge is a powerful reason for how and why black women cheat. And this would have some scientific merit as well. You see, David M. Buss, author of The Evolution of Desire, discusses this at length in his book on the science of human mating, seen through the lens of evolutionary psychology. It's a powerful read, and I'll be referencing him several times throughout this book. The third reason, this is the one I wasn't really sure what it meant. The third reason that black women cheat is a secondary sex partner as financial support. Oh, that's what it was. Sugar daddy is what Obsidian was talking about, because he called it, well, what did he call it? Sex exchange. I didn't know what he meant by sex exchange, but he's saying basically it's a sugar daddy. You get a little sugar, you get a little, you give a little sugar, you get some, you give a little sugar, you get some money. Give a little sugar, you get some money. Secondary sex partners as financial support. Money and other resources were cited as another reason for having secondary sex partners. 5 women fell under this category. 3 participants were crack users, crackheads. And outside partners were a source of income in order to pay for their drugs. The attachment to their main sex partners was emotional rather than material. Face, 488 years old, for example, felt that if her steady boyfriend had more money, she would be more monogamous. But he's a broke motherfucker, so he don't get the pussy all to himself. She liked the idea of being faithful, but drugs affected. I know my man, he can't always have what I want when I want it. Therefore, I go out and get it. She differentiated between sex with her main partner and sex with outside partners. I don't make love to these people. I only make love to my man. Face and her main partner were both HIV positive and used condoms with each other. Condom was used less consistent with her secondary partners who were aware of her HIV status. Sometimes they don't have them, so it's not my fault. I already told them that she had HIV. Nana, who's 50, she's my age, spoke highly of the idea of being faithful. That has always really been my dream, my fantasy, my knight in shining armor. She had extra relational sex partners as a way to purchase her drugs. When I'm getting high, I am looking for money. I am looking for a man that is going to give me money. Give it to me quick and give it to me easy. Nana's mate did not know about these men. She sometimes used condoms with her outside sex partners and did not use them with her main partner. She explained that both she and her partner did not want to use condoms. Nasty hoes. You nasty. Yeah, I know. These black women are low-income crackheads, right? Nevertheless, is anyone reading this going to seriously tell me that low-income, urban-dwelling crackhead black women are the only ones who cheat on their mate because he doesn't have enough money? Really? Hands down, one of the biggest sources of tension for any marriage or mateship anywhere is finances or the lack thereof. So clearly, the black female crackhead crowd hardly has the lock on cheating because her main man is broke. In fact, and by all accounts, chances are very high that there are at least a few lovely ladies reading these words right now, listening to me right now, people that even know Shannon that's watching right now, who have gone there because the man that they're with is for all intents broke. So stop the cap. And the fourth reason, the last one, lingering attachments to former partners. You just can't let that motherfucker go. You can't let him go. You got you a new man. The new man is doing everything he's supposed to. He's fucking you right. He's taking care of you. He's providing. He's protecting. He's problem solving all the issues that you're having in your life. But you just can't let that other guy go. So you got to creep over to his house and fuck his brains out. On whenever he wants, by the way, usually. 4 respondents: Bossy, who's 18 years old, Bronx Brownie, who's 30, Sabrina, who's 49, she's my age, and Lolo, who's 50, she's my age, had extra relational sex partners who were ex-boyfriends, and they were finding it difficult to let them dudes go. These relationships had ended due to their male partners cheating, incarceration, or marriage. Bossy's shared history with her secondary sex partner included him being her first sexual experience, the guy that took her virginity, That's the main person I feel comfortable with. With him, I got a soft spot. She used condoms with all of her sex partners. Bronx Brownie, extra relational partner, Bear, was the father of her oldest child. He was like my first love. She told us, even though I am in a relationship with Dylan, her current boyfriend. And I love Dylan. I still have a weird kind of love for Bear, though. She sometimes used condoms with Bear, but did not use them with Dylan because she believed he was not having extra relational sex. And she trusted Dylan, the current boyfriend, even though she was fucking Bear. Lolo's secondary sex partner, number 3, had helped her through a difficult period in life. He helped me stay clean for a long time. He took me places. He took me on a trip to get away from the drugs. She used condoms with number 3, but did not use them with her primary mate because she did not think he was having sex outside of their relationship. So she fucked him raw. She raw dogged the boyfriend because he was faithful, but she was smashing the ex. Well, ladies, there you go. What the black manosphere has been saying about alpha fucks, beta bucks really is true after all, right? Read the above and weep and know that there are a few of you at least who've done the exact same thing as to what's being described above, or what I just read. Remember, social media has been a major facilitator of cheating for both partners, black men and black women alike. And social media platforms like Facebook were specifically designed so you can look up your old flames from the past. That's the whole reason for Facebook. Can't knock the brothers for doing something many of you are doing, right? Which brings us to our next point. The black female infidelity paradox. What up, Iceman? Yeah, they nasty. Nasty! Let me put that up on the screen. We're going to immortalize what Iceman said. Nasty hoes. Nasty. Y'all nasty. You fucking one guy and he thinks it's all good and he's doing everything for you while you smashing the other guy, the ex. Nasty hoes. And y'all swear that you're not nasty. You swear that that's not you. You swear that you are good. You still nasty. And you're going to be nasty. And by the way, karma is a motherfucker. Karma does not forget an address, by the way. Just want to put that out there. The black female infidelity paradox. Of all the research I've done on this topic, that Obsidian did on this topic, that of black female infidelity, for my money, the Campos, Benoit, and Dunlap study is the best for several reasons. First, it really delves into the real-time reasons as to how and why black women cheat in our time today. And it ain't pretty. In fact, this study blows away polite contrivances and pretty little lies about women's reasons for cheating in the first place, and especially black women's, like the notion that black women cheat for emotional reasons, or that black women often start a new relationship by way of cheating. And none of the examples cited above or in the full study itself was any of this case. The lovely ladies in question, for the most part, already had their main man and weren't trying to upgrade or otherwise swap out their partner, using cheating as a tactic and a means to an end. Their motives, methods, aims, and goals were clearly defined and executed, and 9 times out of 10, they got precisely what they wanted out of the deal. Now, you could say to me that what I'm discussing here is something black women have long known and that black men are only now discovering. Fair enough. But no matter how we got here, we're here now. And that means that the conversation about cheating has got to change as well. Because all of the available evidence makes it abundantly clear that it ain't just black men doing it. Like I said earlier, you guys, sidebar. The only thing we hear, the only complaint we've heard, and we still continue to hear, is that black men cheat. We don't hear shit about black women, but that ain't the truth. It's quite a few of you lovely ladies doing it too. And I'm talking to you ladies in the chat. What up, Alicia? Alicia? Miss Alicia Howard. Look at me. Are you a cheater? Are you a past cheater? Have you done some nasty shit, Alicia? Tell the truth. Don't lie. Keep it 100. Have you done some nasty shit to a guy that didn't deserve it? Tell the truth, Alicia. Put it in the chat. I know what you're going to say, ladies. Turnabout is fair play. That's fine because the whole cheating as a revenge angle has already been covered above. And while it's certainly understandable, it also doesn't in any way, shape, or form or fashion make it right. Getting even doesn't amount to much if in the process you have to be as shitty as the person who cheated on you to begin with. If for whatever reason your marriage or relationship no longer meets your needs, leave. Leave right now. Alicia says she never cheated. Alicia says she never cheated, y'all.
Stop the cap.
Alicia says she never cheated. Okay, that's what, like 4. That's like what, 4 or 5 out of that's 5 out of 6. 5 out of 6 of you women are saying that it's never cheated, yet the stats say otherwise. Let's continue. Yeah, I know you might have children, right? You might have property together. You might have assets involved. I get all of that. And yet, how many of the numerous black men who cheat could say the same thing as the rationale and justification to cheat on you? All of which is to say that none of that is an excuse. If it's wrong for black men to cheat, no matter what the reasons, it's also wrong for you black women to cheat as well, including you, Kimberly Versillo. Either you have a casual, non-committal arrangement up front, or have an open marriage relationship where both parties have consented to the arrangement with clear rules of engagement. Anything less than that, and you are no better than the black men cheaters many of you have been railing against forever and a day now. Oh, and if you're gonna say, but I love him though, I can't let him go, save it. You might kindly recall the lead-off quote from the previous chapter. It's from Eddie Murphy's classic stand-up comedy show featuring feature film Raw. Yes, I fucked her, but I make love to you. Well, please recall the following direct quote from Campos, Benoit, and Dunlap's study cited above. I don't make love to these people. I make love to my man. Same thing. It's the same trope. Sound familiar? While we're talking about Eddie Murphy, Roger, the Roger Report hit me with another $10 super chat. Everybody throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Thank you, Roger. Roger says, had you not mentioned that these examples included crackheads, I would have never guessed it. With me learning about what they do at a very young age, I understand why they have the reputation they do. Let me hit my man up because he is also matched with his blessing with Kim. So the Roger Report is now a stream sponsor as well. So we're going to say Kimberly Versillo and the Roger Report. So now we got the Roger Report and Kimberly as the stream sponsors. Look, my man says if we had not mentioned, he wouldn't have known. Bro, see, me and Roz come from the same era. We're both Generation X. So we kind of know things a little differently than most of y'all. And shit is fucking, shout out to my man Roger Report. Because if it wasn't for the fact that he mentioned that they were crackheads and doing drugs, we would have never known. Let's continue. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate you, bro. Looks like quite the role reversal indeed. For all you ladies out there shouting about black male infidelity, a very real thing, no doubt about it. You're starting to look like whole hypocrites. You black women are looking like whole hypocrites. Seems to me that if anything, the documented evidence on the matter dictates that we need to expand this here cheating conversation well beyond, don't do that. Well beyond the brothers, because quite a few out here creeping too. Without question, black men writ large have a lot to answer for on the infidelity front. Even those who don't cheat. And for the record, we're talking about 72% of them bear some degree of responsibility because they either actively enable or co-sign black men who actually do cheat, or they remain silent on the matter altogether. Therefore, all black men have a role to play in tamping down on black male infidelity, and I have pledged to do my part in the pursuit. But what this chapter and the evidence upon which it rests makes abundantly clear is that black women are by no means hapless victims. Victim. Did he mean helpless or hapless? Hapless victims at the hands of philandering black men. Indeed, as the above excerpts point out, the ladies didn't always step out on their mates because they were being cheated on first. Indeed, that wasn't the cause at all in the vast majority of the cases. No, the reasons for how and why black women cheat, when you really get down to it, are not at all unlike the reasons why black men do it. Because they can. Nothing more and nothing less. So, while we have this much needed and long overdue discussion about black men cheating, just remember that quite a few of you have your own housekeeping to do. Quite a few of you in the chat, quite a few of y'all ladies that's listening to Shan right now have your own nasty ass, cheating ass housekeeping to do too. After all, charity begins at home, right? All right, let's knock out chapter 4, you guys. We're gonna go fast. This is 10 pages. It's about just as long as chapter 9. And then we're gonna wrap it up. That's black men cheating. Now we're gonna learn about location. So how long do I need to keep you guys here? We've been reading for roughly an hour and 7 minutes. I had a 15-minute countdown. So this is 45 minutes. Then I did a little bit of monologue. So I need you guys for 30 minutes. I'm going to read this straight through and I'm going to read it fast. So I need you guys to pay attention to me for the next 30 minutes. All right. Location. Toya. Location. Marvelette. Location. Lakecia. Location. Power is a lot like real estate. It's all about location. The closer you are to the source, the higher your property value. Frank Underwood said that, protagonist of the American adaptation of the British novel and television series House of Cards. If the proverbial imaginary Martian landed on Earth, tasked with the mission of studying the modern black American woman, and chose to monitor black social media transmissions using shape-shifting alien technology to assume the appearance of a black woman and attending black women-friendly social outings or both, it wouldn't be long before that actual Martian would hear the question being asked, where are all the good black men? That Martian that shape-shifted into an earthling as a black American woman, it wouldn't be long before he would hear in black spaces, black women's spaces, where are all the good black men? It's a staple of black love events. I've personally heard it uttered so often over the past decade alone that I've become convinced that there has to be a board or organization that pays black women to ask that question at these gatherings. My own jadedness notwithstanding, the question, as shop-worn as it may indeed be, is nevertheless a good one. No reasonable person would suggest that black women hitch their wagons to black men who aren't good, right? The problem I've always had with it, more than the fact that it seems that relatively few black women seem to want an answer, is how those being questioned never seem to have a very simple Occam razor's answer. One that is plain as the nose on one's face. Location. Sidebar, did you guys all know that you see your nose right now? And every time you look, you see your nose, but your brain has been conditioned to ignore it. All of you right now can see your nose on your face. Look straight ahead, you see your nose. You look up, you might not see it, but look straight ahead, down, left or right, your nose is right there, but your brain has trained itself to ignore it. Just pandemic information. Why not? You see, many black women don't want to confront the simple fact that one of the major reasons why they're having so much trouble finding good black men is directly due to where they live in our big country. While it isn't cricket in our postmodern, post-civil rights era black America to say so, the simple empirical truth is that all black men are not created equal, ladies. All black men are not created equal. I'm sorry, all black men are not, where you live, you may not have a certain type of black men in your area. You just don't, they're just not there. Some of us are indeed better than others, at least when it comes to quantifiable measures such as income, educational attainment, and career advancement. On these measures, the results are undeniable, as are the actual physical locations where the better off black men tend to work, live, and play. Just the better black men tend to work, live, and play. To be sure, many black women can be heard arguing that mere incomes, education, and or success alone doesn't a good black man make. And while I roll my eyes at such a maudlin response, I wouldn't be completely fair if I didn't concede that they do have somewhat of a point. Being highly educated doesn't inoculate you from being a jerk, you guys. Being a successful guy doesn't mean that you won't cheat on your wife. And making partner in the firm doesn't automatically mean you won't go upside your woman's head or drink yourself into a stupor in your own downtime and be emotionally unavailable, so on and so forth. Put the more egregious examples cited above together with buts black women will come up with, like the many luxuries so many black women deem to be quote unquote must-haves that must come along with the basics, or the whole thing is a non-starter. Handsome looks, right? Height, social charisma. How does he talk? How does he move? Great dresser. How does he dress? Is he wearing dingy t-shirts, or is he clean? Is he sharp? And yeah, you can see how the ladies can make a point, even if it's an overwrought one. Granted, still, when black women are directly asked as to what makes a black man eligible, having a strong income consistently comes out at nearly the very top of the list. While a high-earning, highly educated, highly successful black man may or may not be good, he is without question eligible. And that is the point of this chapter. Such black men do exist, ladies. These good black men you talk about, they do exist. It's just black women have to be willing to go where such black men are. Where do you live? Talking about where's all the good black men? Why don't black love experts talk about location and mating ratios? You see, a major factor or element in human mating, actually two, is one, location, and two, ratios. Something black love experts rarely mention, let alone deal with in any detail. This is something richly discussed in John Brigger's excellent work, Dateomics, How Dating Became a Lopsided Numbers Game. Brigger, finance journalist guy by day and love guru by night, brought his years of finance writing and quant style numbers crunching skills to bear in writing his first book on dating and mating in our brave new world, and found what the experts in these matters say indeed is true, that one's success in the mating game has a lot to do with where they live and whether the numbers are in their favor or not. In fact, Berger argues, and yours truly wholeheartedly agrees, that the nation's two biggest cities, New York City, and right here where your boy Shan lives, Los Angeles, California, are particularly challenging for women today. Now, of course, once again, we have to refine the focus here, because Berger, being a New York Jew, is largely speaking to a solid upper middle class, college educated, white collar professional, white and honorary white, you know, like Jews and Asians and Hispanics, they're honorary white audience. But when we narrow the focus of what he's saying to the 21st century black American landscape, things get a little bit trickier. All right, everybody listen up. Marvelette, they are in Hawthorne. Marvelette is right here in Los Angeles, y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that. They right here, Marvy. They right here. You in LA, Marvy, and you pay a pretty penny to be here because you know it's a premium to enjoy this Los Angeles weather. The men are here. Do you got, anyways, we're going to talk, continue reading the book with us, Marvy. I ain't going to even come at you hard. All right. All right. Where did I leave off? Because Marvy done got me sidetracked. This is because if you're an educated sister in the Big Apple, New York, and you're in the market for a new man, you're in a virtual Shark Tank. Not only are the kinds of high-value brothers in very short supply, not only are they in very high demand, but the sheer number of Black, Latina, Asian, and white women vying for this kind of brother's attention is fierce. And let's be honest here. Unless you're particularly stand out as a hottie, I mean, you got to be fine, right? Chances are very high you won't even be noticed by such a brother, much less be seen and pursued by him, which is what the vast majority of Black women prefer, to be chased after, for him to talk to you, for him to say something, and you'll ignore the motherfucker because he didn't. You might not want to do that in LA and New York. You might want to open your mouth and let him know what's up. But at least you have a fighting chance in New York City, however slight. Now, if you're in Los Angeles, on the other hand, what is he about to say about my city? Hold on, y'all. Let me drink. Did everybody take their vitamins today? Everybody take their vitamins today. Thank you, Marvelette, for hooking up my pill pack. I went the whole weekend without my pills, Marvy, because I needed you, but you was at graduation for the kids last week, and so I need my assistance. My life falls apart when Marvelette isn't helping me, y'all. I went like 4 days with no vitamins because Marvy didn't hook me up because I'm too busy thinking. But Marvy took me up yesterday, and now my shit is good. Marvy is awesome. Appreciate you. All right. If you're in Los Angeles, on the other hand, it's pretty much all over but the shouting. High value brothers out here in LA, they're already more likely to be more in the market for a non-Black woman to begin with Latinas being a strong favorite. But in addition, shout out to Roger's just laying us up today. Roger Report, we always stop when we get a super chat, y'all. Priorities. Roger says, look, Shan, salute to the good Black men wherever they happen to be. Even if they're just hiding in plain sight, which is the case. Being a functional Black man is essentially hiding at this point because they're not paying attention to the good Black men. They want them niggas. They want the select 666 dudes who's at the gym all goddamn day, but they sleep at their auntie's sofa all night, right? They don't pay attention to the good brothers like me and you, Roger. They don't want that. We're invisible to these women because we not fuckboys. So it is what it is. Shout out to my man. He is now the stream sponsor. He and blessed the brother with $30 super chats, $3 $10 each. And let's have his name scroll across the screen. The Roger Report, my good brother. I appreciate you for the continued blessings. That's his third blessing of the day. Thank you. And thank you for the birthday gift because tomorrow's my birthday. I'm 50. I'm no longer 40 nothing. Yikes. I was born in 1972, June 9th at 8:09 p.m. in Hollywood at Kaiser. Why do I know all of that shit? Do you know what time you were born? Sidebar. Does everybody know what time you were born? I know you know what day you were born, but do you know what time you were born? The time that you emerged into this world from your mother's womb. You should know that. All right. If you're in LA, on the other hand, it's pretty much all over but the shouting. High value men in Los Angeles are already more likely to be in the market for non-Black women to begin with. But I'm not. I like my sisters, but I like women. I like who likes me. Let me do it like that. I like who likes me. So if a white woman liked me and she was fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun, I'd consider that. If a black woman likes me and she's fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun, I'd consider that. If a Latina woman or an Asian woman likes me and is willing to get on my program and she's fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun, I'd consider that. But Obsidian is saying brothers out here in LA is leaning to the Latinas. I wonder why. Let's continue. But in addition to that, let's be honest yet again. Unless you appear and to some extent act like the proverbial chocolate-covered Barbie, you can pretty much forget it, ladies. You're definitely invisible in Los Angeles. Let me tell you something. Sidebar. I know I said we're going to do a whole bunch of sidebars. I wasn't going to do a whole bunch of sidebars. Oh, y'all know what time y'all was born? Steven says he was born at 5:32 and Marvy was born at 10:47. That's what's up. What's cap, Lakeisha? You hush. I don't even know what Keisha. Whatever Lakeisha's talking about is cap, ain't cap. Because Lakeisha be cap on her cap. Thank you, Roger. Yeah, man. Yeah, ask your mom. It's on your birth certificates, by the way, you ladies and gentlemen. You guys do know the time that you were born is on your birth certificate. Just nobody ever pays attention to that. All these years, wherever your birth certificate, it tells you actually what time you came out on your birthday. Go look it up so you know it. Put it in your yellow notes on your phone. Add it to the notes on your contact, on your personal contact and your cell phone so you'll always know what time you were born. You got to be fit for high value men. So remember I tell you guys, ladies, and we're doing a show on this called the 5 Fs, right? Fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. All men want it. All men want it worldwide. Every man in America wants a fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun woman on his arm. High value men require it. It is a requirement in order for you to get a ring or to engage into a long-term committed relationship with him. Because you can define the relationship as you please. It doesn't necessarily have to be marriage in terms of the court and all that. Maybe you guys are just life partners, whatever you call it. In order to get that guy that's a HVM, the guy that women want, you must be. You can't kind of sort of be. You must be fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. Now, the one caveat, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun must already be on the table when you meet. If you ain't that, you're not really you're not going much further. Fit is a requirement, but if you're not that yet, you got some time. Because most high value men know that it takes 3 months of pure dedication to get that. If you are overweight, you can fix that in 90 days. Now you're talking to somebody who lives in the gym. You're talking to a 50-year-old man who pushes fitness, right? We do fitness on my channel every morning at 6:00. My thing is, if I meet a woman who's not fit, she can get fit in 90 days. 90 days. Now, what that would require is an immense program change in her software. And if she can't do that, she's probably not the woman for me. Because that speaks to so many other things in life that I'm going to require in order to come up under my fold, that if you can't do that, then you can't get the codes. You can't do the other things that's necessary. So, high value men in Los Angeles particularly require a fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun woman if he's single. His current woman may not be that because they met in high school and they got rich together. But if he's single, a bachelor, and he's a high value man as laid out by brother Kevin, my fraternity brother Kevin Samuels, you have to be fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. And if you're not already fit, you got 90 days to get it together. Because friendship takes time, blah, blah, blah. And he's watching that and see what happened is a guy sit back and watch that. He'll sit back and a brother, he'll sit back and watch you and say, damn, you back at it again? Okay. Now y'all not fucking, or maybe y'all not doing much, but he's watching from a distance and he's looking at your behaviors and he's saying, shit, Okay. You fell off maybe because of that last guy that you was with or something like that. But I see what you're doing. I see. Okay. Now remember, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. You got to already be that. That already has to be there. You know, the friendly part particularly, because that incorporates making sure that you don't use sign language, which is shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. The need to be right being the worst one. If you're a woman that needs to be right, you can forget about having a man. I'm not with that. Most high value men, we're not dealing with that because we're not going back and forth on no shit. Right. So you can forget that. If you have to be right about shit, especially when you're wrong about it, then that's a waste of time. So you got to get that. You got to come to the table with, you got to come to the relationship with that, not the table. Feminine, you got to be that automatically. We don't want no rough, tough bitch. You got to be soft. You got to talk soft. I don't know why they want to be arguing. We don't want you bucking up and doing all that extra shit, right? Leave that for the hood. Leave that for your past that's got you there. If you're not feminine and always feminine, then it's a non-starter at that point, right? You got to be faithful. Do I need to talk about that? We just had a whole chapter on that. And then you got to be fun. Fun means vibrant, wants to do stuff, not sedentary, not boring. What movies are we watching? Let's do some extra stuff. When we fucking, are we trying new things? Let's travel. Do you want to go? Are you excited? Are you doing things with enthusiasm? You got to be a fun woman. There's a lot of boring motherfuckers out there that just want to go to work and then come home and do nothing. You know, are you keeping yourself up? Are you know what I'm saying? Are you excited to try new things? You want to, when you go to the restaurant, do you get the same fucking thing every time you go to that particular restaurant? Or do you say, what else is on this menu? It's goddamn 10 pages. Let's try this today. Or you know what? Let's try this new Peruvian restaurant that we've never been in. Well, I don't know if I like Peruvian food. Well, let's figure it out. If you're not that kind of woman, then you're not fun. Those things you got to be. And I'm giving you a little insight into the whole damn show I'm doing, but that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go in, I'm going to deep dive in each one of them. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. But fit. You got time if you're a little chunky. You got time if you're a little chunky, but you have to switch. You got to get to the point where you are completely a different person. Because you got 90 days to get it together. There's a change. First of all, you'll see the change within the first month if you're serious about it. But if you're not really serious about it and you still can't put down the mac and cheese, you still can't put down the fast food, you still got to go get the fucking, you got to eat the pasta and rice and shit, then he's watching from a distance. Damn, fruit flies. He's watching from a distance. This one is fucking with me. So I'm going to have to take him out. I had some fruit in here and I left it. And the window in my office is open in the back. And so I think they came in anyways. Fit, you got time. If you're a little chunky, you got a little bit of time to get that together. Ladies, if you want the man that you claim you want. So I just want to give you, I know this is a long sidebar and we're going to get back to the book. But I just wanted to be clear about that, especially talking about men here in LA. More ethnic looks such as, yeah, I'm going to go there, are the all-natural hairstyles, being thick and so forth is pretty much a non-starter for those brothers out there in the city of angels, in a way that might not be an outright deal breaker for the well-heeled brothers of Harlem. What I'm getting at here is that of the two big cities in America, New York City and Los Angeles, you have a better shot in the former, you have a better shot on getting the man you want in New York than you have on getting the man in Los Angeles. All things being equal. And I'm here in Los Angeles. Still, no matter how you slice it, you're really facing an uphill battle, ladies, if you're angling for a high value black man in New York. There's just no two ways about it. Atlanta is another major black city that the lovely ladies bemoan the dearth of high-value brothers. Again, rightly so. They are in short supply in Atlanta. I know women that moved to Atlanta thinking they was gonna get away. I know a woman. She was fine as a motherfucker. Somebody I kind of dated, right, about 10 years ago. Moved from LA to Atlanta thinking that she was going and thought she was going to the Mecca of black men. It was a lot of black men out there, but they wasn't checking for her or any woman or anybody with a vagina. That was her words. She ran, she out of the fire into the frying pan in Atlanta. That's what she told me. So now she's out there still. She's been out there a few years now. Bought a house and everything. Single as a motherfucker. Fine as a motherfucker and single as a motherfucker. It's crazy to me. But you know, that's what she thought. That was what was sold to her. And they are in short supply and are in high demand, and there are a lot of sisters to contend with in Atlanta. And since Atlanta has historically been known, hold on. I gotta buy my plane ticket to go to the Lapeef meetup in ATL on August 5th. So I just want to go ahead and book my flight for that after the show. Where did I leave off at? And since Atlanta has historically been known as this country's Black Mecca, and in more recent years has increasingly become a hub of major entertainment activity across the board, from hip hop music to reality TV shows to Hollywood blockbusters, the looks quotient has gone up significantly for the lovely ladies. Again, unless you're a stomped down hottie, you're gonna find yourself running the real risk of being invisible to the kinds of Black men you most desire. Atlanta is increasingly becoming a very tough market for dating. The DMV, what is that? DC, Maryland, Virginia? That's what DMV stands for. Washington, DC area, Maryland, Virginia, Baltimore, VA. Shorthand for Washington. Oh, he says it. Duh. Remember, I never read this book. Shorthand for Washington, DC, and the surrounding Maryland and Virginia suburbs is very similar. Just swap out the entertainment for politics and big government work, and there you go. It's very expensive to live and operate there, just like New York City and LA, although ATL, for the moment at least, has them all beat on that front. And the high-value Black men you ladies most want are, again, in short supply in the DMV. The good news, though, is that the competition isn't as fierce as it would be if you were in the aforementioned major and or Black cities. But as is so often the case, everything is relative. So good luck with that. Now, Dallas and Houston. Dallas and Houston are two major cities, both with a sizable Black population where you can be sure there will be high-value Black men. The problem there, though, is, again, the sheer competition. In case you haven't figured it out by now, ladies, money and beauty go hand in hand. Where you see one, the other ain't far behind. Moreover, being major American cities, Dallas and Houston will attract who are most likely to process one or the other, if not both. Dallas is more upscale than Houston is, while Houston boasts more sheer numbers of Black folk than Dallas does. Pick your poison if you plan to plant your flag in either of those two cities. Now, the Windy City, and I believe the Windy City is Chicago, right? That's the city of brotherly love, I think, is Detroit. So the Windy City, Chicago. Lakeisha, this is you. Lakeisha, this is you. The Windy City is in many ways even tougher than the aforementioned due to a very real paucity of the kind of brothers you ladies claim to want most. Plus, any place that's named Chirac by its denizens wouldn't rank very high on the list for having many, if any, high-value brothers in residence. Enough said. Too rough. You got a lot of Black people there, but too rough. What up, Mad Patriarchy? What up, Mad Patriarchy?
Hoo-ah!
Good to have you here. What about Miami? Forget about it. Again, unless you're in the upper ranges of attractiveness, ladies, you're toast down there. I've personally known quite a few attractive, lovely ladies who hightailed their ass out of there. They left Miami because the sheer competition from the spicy Cubanas alone was too fierce. Plus, you've got the Dr. Miami effect going on down there too. So unless you're willing to be a part of the beauty arms race, like I said, forget about it. Now, Philadelphia, which is where Shannon will be tomorrow. I fly out tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, where I'll be, Philadelphia, is a much better choice than all the aforementioned towns, but for simple reason that it hits the sweet spot in terms of all the things ladies you like in big cities, while at the same time, the cost of living is demonstrably cheaper. And the black women to high value black men isn't so acute. I think Obsidian is being biased here because he lives in Chicago, in Philadelphia. Obsidian, if you listening, you being biased. You saying Philly's easier. Don't be trying to recruit women down to your city because you live there. Philadelphia the whole goddamn nation is tough for women. Philadelphia included. Talking about Philly's a little bit better. The ratio isn't so acute. Still though, the competition you'll face here is tough. Many such brothers don't limit their affections to the sisters alone, if you know what I mean. So you'll have to bring your A game. Still, you'll have a better go of it than here in Philly, as Obsidian says, than in New York City, LA, the DMV, or Atlanta. Locations and ratio. Let's go further. As I've alluded to above, the point here, and Berger talks about this in his book, is that the kinds of black men who are in high demand tend to live in certain areas of the country, tend to know they're in high demand and act accordingly. They know they're wanted. They know that the women are interested in them. They know they're interested. No, I bought my ticket for Philly, babe. I'm going to, Philly is already locked in. I'm talking about going to Atlanta, my ticket for Atlanta in August. I had to write down on my notes to remind myself to buy, because every day the ticket goes up and I keep forgetting to buy it. So I wrote it on my notes of the other things I got to do. That's why I got to hear up in the stream. I be talking too damn much. So I can buy the ticket to Atlanta in August so I can go to the Lapeef meetup in the ATL. Tomorrow's ticket is already in my phone, in my tickets thing where you show what do you call it? The wallet. It's on my wallet in my phone already. This means that there are less likely to want the kinds of committed monogamous relationships many black women prefer and desire, because the guys know that they're in demand. High value men typically know that they're in demand. It's a rarity. It is a 4 location, 55 well-documented fact. And again, Berger talks about this, that higher value black men living in the big cities tend to not be the marrying type, even though I got married twice and I'm twice divorced. Especially past a certain age. Official estimates by researchers who study confirm bachelorhoods put it around age 35. Successful older men in big city America tend to be single. That is to say, not married or never married, divorced or widowed. I guess I fall in that. And aren't in any rush to put a ring on it due to the aforementioned combination of factors, including the fact that there are so many black women in those locales, which is the number one reason you should not be there. If you're in the market for a committed relationship or marriage, the number of guys there who want those kind of things are non-existent. They're just very small. Again, science bears me out on this. Known to human mating researchers as the effective sex ratio, both men and women alike have evolved psychological adaptations to when they perceive there is either an abundance of mating options for women to men, for example, or a dearth of them, more men to women, to use another example. For guys, when there are more women available as mates in any given location, men's evolved sexual psychology tends to shift from long-term mating, which is what women prefer, to more short-term mating, which is what men prefer. Of course, I'm generalizing in the broadest possible strokes as I can to illustrate what's going on here. And as always, there will be notable exceptions to every rule, but I think you get my point here. A recent article appearing on the New York Post website discusses what I'm saying here in vivid fashion. Beware of the college graduate. Men with college degrees have become so cocky that they're running around romance for their female counterparts, one leading expert alleges. Just 40.5% of college students in the United States are male, according to National Student Clearinghouse, meaning they're in short supply and high demand when dating on campus. A lack of competition has led these men to develop a golden penis syndrome, an arrogance of sorts that stems from the assumption that a steady supply of females will be sexually interested in them. Golden penis syndrome has led these smug males to engage in dastardly dating practices such as cheating and ghosting women because they're confident that another woman will always be waiting around the corner. The term was purportedly coined by frustrated female students at Sarah Lawrence College in upstate New York, where 3/4 of all enrollees are the fairer sex. Damn. 75% of the student body is women. Enter my homeboy, John Berger. Journalist John Berger believes many college-educated men in their 20s, 30s, and 40s have also developed a golden penis syndrome, known as GPS here, because they're similarly in high demand when it comes to dating. The sex ratios among college-educated hetero straight singles in Manhattan is approximately 3 women for every 2 men. And I've interviewed a lot of men who were continuing to take advantage of that imbalance, Berger told Mail magazine. And in 1981 was the last time that 4-year colleges in the United States graduated more men than women. Ever since 1981, women have been leaving men in the educational dust. Berger, who penned the best-selling book, Dateomics, How Dating Became a Lopsided Numbers Game, further explained to the Daily Mail, we're seeing a generation of young men who think they're Adam Driver or Michael B. Jordan. Of course, it's not about them, it's the ratio. He continued, when men are in undersupply, the dating culture becomes less monogamous. Men are more likely to treat women as sex objects and treat relationships as disposable. Not only are men with golden penis syndrome more likely to treat their dates badly, they may also be less inclined to put effort into their physical appearance and their sexual performance. So they don't even want to get dressed, look good, and fuck good. Because why? Why do I need to? Berger previously spoke with the Post, declaring that dating was particularly dire for heterosexual women in New York. Ouch. Boom. See why being black, single, and female in New York sucks? All of which is to say, if you want a higher earning black man who is also in the serious relationship and or marriage market, you're not likely to find him. Remember, it's not about possibility, it's about probability. Too many of you women base your whole entire dating life on possibilities. You're not likely to find him in the aforementioned big cities. You'll have to go to the second tier cities and skew a bit older, 35 plus, where such black men actually are. But first, we have to ask another burning question. We have to ask, Stephen, you stupid. We have to ask another burning question. Ohio, Alicia? I don't know. I don't think Ohio, like you got Memphis, right? Money earning men pimping hoes in style. Ain't that what Memphis stands for? I think that's what it was. Money earning men pimping hoes in style. I don't think you got too much problems with Ohio, right? That's where Biggs and what was his name in the movie Belly, where they was snitching on motherfuckers. Anyways, let's continue. Why won't black women move? Why won't Marvelette move? Why won't Lakeisha move? Why won't Alicia and Kimberly move? Why won't you ladies move to where you can get better results? One of the most fascinating things to me to observe about all this black love business, attending upteen seminars, panel discussions, and de facto black relationship powwows disguised as poetry readings, slam events, is that it is rarely asked in response to black women lamenting where are the good black men. Well, why don't you move to where all the good black men are? And when it's asked, black women who are just moaning up a storm have every fucking excuse, rationalization, and justification on God's green earth as to how and why they simply can't move. You just cannot make this stuff up. So let me get this straight. So many of you are supposedly on the lookout for good black men, but you can't move to where they actually are? And this is coming from black women 35 years and over and older? Are you kidding me? You see, this is the fundamental delusion mindset that is at work here this is the delusional mindset that's at work here that is the topic of the day in places online like the Black Manosphere. Black women like yourselves who say things that sound as if you belong in Arkham under heavy sedation or something. And it really does make one wonder as to whether many of you really do want. Do you really? I mean, you say it, but do you really want a good black man? After many, many years of close observation and study of many of you black women, I would say you don't. But that's a topic for another chapter in this book. But for now, and getting back to the point, if you want a good black man, chances are he's not in your immediate area and that you will have to move to have a shot at getting him. Anything less is tinkling in the winds, ladies. As if we all got time in the world to do that. Where the good black men are by the numbers. All right, by the numbers. Let's talk about it. According to the excellent Black American online resource, blackdemographics.com, we can now put this where all the good black men canard to bed. Under its black male statistics section, blackdemographics.com ranks best and worst cities to be in if you're a black woman looking for a well-earning black man. Nationally, there are 93 full-time employed black men for every 100 full-time employed black women. But before the naysaying sisterhood chorus chimes in from the Amen corner, blackdemographics.com breaks it down like this. The top 5 black cities for black women seeking good black men. Number 1, San Diego, California. It's 167 black men for every 100 black women. Next is Seattle, Washington. 139 black men for every 100 black women. Next is Denver, Colorado. 134 black men to every 100 black women. Phoenix, Arizona. 121 black men for every 100 black women. Next is Minneapolis, Minnesota. St. Paul, 120 black men for every 100 black women. How many of you ladies that said I'm moving is moving to San Diego, Seattle, Denver, Phoenix, or Minneapolis? Or are you trying to move out of the fire into the frying pan? Now, here's the bottom 5 cities for black women trying to avoid broke black men. Don't go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There's only 81 black men for every 100 black women. It gets worse. Birmingham, Alabama. There's only 80 black men for every 100 black women. And Little Rock, Arkansas, because I got property out there. I told y'all that it don't cost shit to live in Little Rock. It don't cost no money to live in Little Rock. If you want to raise a family, go to Little Rock. But make sure you got a man, because if you're looking for a man and you go to Little Rock, you're looking at only 80 black men to every 100 black women. And you in the fucking country. So you talking about high value, you can forget about it. Tell you that right now. Next, even worse than Little Rock, Arkansas, is Cleveland. I'm sorry. She asked about Ohio. She asked about Ohio. She was like, what about Ohio? Who? That was Alicia, right? Let me go make sure. I don't want to mix anybody up. She said, what about, who said, what about Ohio? I don't see it anymore. I think it was Alicia. I'm sorry. Cleveland, Ohio. 78 black men to every 100 black women. And then St. Louis. 78 black men for every 100 black women. St. Louis, Missouri. So there you have it, ladies. If you're really serious, remember this book we're reading, sidebar, this book is for the women. Fellas, you're welcome. You're a guest during this, because today I'm reading to the ladies. Ladies, if you're really serious about finding a good black man, you can start by checking out the brothers in the top 5 cities above and avoiding like the plague. Avoid it like the plague. The bottom 5 cities. Simple as. Blackdemographics.com also gives further breakdowns for the smaller black cities, and I strongly urge the wonkier among you to do so. But you get the point being made here. Simply put, if you want a relationship and you want to have it with a black man who's got his shit together, you'll have a much better chance of making that happen if you go to where those black men actually are. But that raises another very important question, one that conventional black love experts never bring up. Are you qualified for a good black man? Are you qualified for a good black man? Do you deserve what you think you deserve? Because some of y'all got lucky and got one. You may have lost him, but you got lucky, and you don't realize how lucky you had it but you're going to learn, you never miss your water till your well runs dry. But do you qualify for that good black man that you so desire? Perhaps a major reason why black love experts of varying stripe, as well as many black women themselves, have never openly or even implicitly gone where I'm going in this section, is because they already know the answer, which is this. Hold on to your iPhones, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of black women know deep down that they don't qualify for those good black men that they constantly bang on about. You just do. I know I've been with women that know damn well that they don't deserve me. They know if I was to ask them, what value do you bring to my life? They wouldn't know how to answer that question. Then I would say, then be happy I'm here because I like you. Be happy I'm here because I like you, because we can run off the list of the value that I bring to your life. We can look at all the shit on my table. What value do you bring to my life? How am I better because you're here? Before you think I'm finally devolving into full-on bash a black woman mode, consider this, please, ladies. The top 5 cities mentioned all have very high college educational attainment. The top industries in these cities are high tech of some kind, including research, consumer electronics, and computer-related defense contracting, energy production and logistics, agriculture and industrial food prep, banking and financial services, real estate, and healthcare. All necessitating lots of brains. In other words, you, ladies, would have to have something on the ball in order to pull up stakes and plant your flag in any one of those top cities and get yourself established there before you can even think about going out on the prowl to see about catching the eyes of eligible brothers in those top cities. So, could you even do that? Where do you work right now? What do you do right now? Princessa's here. Hey, Princessa, good to see you, love. What qualifies you to even be able to do that? To have him? That's a real question, and I'm not kidding. For all the talk over the years about black women being the quote-unquote highest educated people in the country, the truth says something else once again. Blackdemographics.com comes to the rescue, where under its women's statistics section, we find the following results. While nearly 60% of black women have attended college, 60% of black women have gone to college. Only 24% actually graduated. Kick it up to sisters with graduate or professional degrees only, and you're looking at just 10% of black women in the entire country. Again, take a good hard look at the sectors of the economy of the 5 biggest cities where the eligible brothers are in abundance. Chances are very good they have had to have advanced degrees to work in those fields. And since we know that a big factor in human mating is all about proximity, that would mean that you would have to have some advanced paper of your own too. But I know what you're going to say. Just wow them with your feminine charm, right? And you would have a point. Black men have long been known to date down in terms of education and career attainment, so long as you're hot. So having a big butt and a smile can be sure to do the trick, right? All right, then, let's see what you got. At 35 plus, being the heaviest, stop being nice, Obsidian. Being the fattest Americans ever. And let's be honest, many of you being quite a bit stretched out from having kids in the past. You stretched out. You're a little loose from having kids in the past. No heat, no judgment, unless you're willing to consider guys at least a decade older than yourself. And let's be brutally honest, many of you are not willing to date that guy. You're not willing to date a Shannon. I'm 50 tomorrow. So if you're 30 anything and younger, you're probably not willing to date a guy like me. Thinking that your looks at this point is going to turn the key is wishful thinking at best. Downright delusional at worst, because y'all don't look like you think you look. I don't give a fuck how much you shop at Fashion Nova. You bought something that you don't look the same as Jody does on the Fashion Nova website. That's the popular model with the feather on her foot and the wide ass. You know who I'm talking about. Look, most of you are reading this or listening to Shannon right now. You're working in lower to middle positions in corporate America, or its functions equivalent elsewhere in the American economy. Big nonprofit, like a big law or a big daddy government. And if you're not there, you're in what economics call the pink collar sector of the economy, which would include, but in no ways limited to, you're a CNA, you're a nurse, or you're a cashier somewhere, or, you're a customer service rep somewhere, you're a teacher, or maybe for you guys are some registered nurses. Don't believe me? Check out the Center for American Progress of their excellent write-up on the front lines at work and at home, the disproportionate economic effects of the coronavirus pandemic on women of color. And see it for yourself. This is the majority of black women working today. I'm sorry, it is what it is. I know you guys think y'all bossed up. Y'all ain't bossed up for nothing. And the ones that think they are bossed don't got no employees. So who you bossing around? Y'all not bossed up. You working, you go take your ass to work and clock in, and don't be late. And park in the employee parking lot. Stop trying to park up close. Park in the employee parking lot. Clock your ass in and sashay yourself to your cubicle so you can do your job. As I've noted above, the percentage of high-powered sisters out there doing this damn thing are numerical, as I've noted above, the percentage of high-powered sisters out there doing their damn thing are a numerical minority. And even they are at a serious risk with the pandemic still very much ongoing as I type these words. As I said, maybe this is the reason as to why black love guys and relatively few gals don't bother going into the weeds with this stuff, because perhaps they know that relatively few of you have the chops to make such a move to greener pastures actually work. You can't move to where you want to go and actually be successful there. Maybe they're good for something after all, right? Of course, I could be wrong. You could discredit me, Obsidian, anytime. If you're really serious about finding a good black man, ladies, move. Any questions? And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Friday, we read chapter 5. Welcome to my MILF Masterclass. Ooh, I'm going to read that from my hotel room. We're going live from my hotel room, you guys, in Philly, because I'll be in Philly Friday. It won't be in the morning. It'll be in the afternoon because I got to give my seminar in the morning. So it may be Friday evening-ish before we have our VIP lounge party at the end of the day. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this chapter. Music, please. And we did it. We did it again, you guys. Let's close this out. Disconnect the iPad. Let's unplug. Tap my wires. Tuck my wires away. Flip this around. Put this here. Ladies, I'm just a messenger. You ain't got no man and you don't know why. We're explaining it to you. Obsidian is explaining it to you, and I'm relaying the message. Today we learned about location, and y'all some nasty. Some of y'all are some nasty heifers. The ones that's out there cheating, y'all some nasty heifers. Nasty. You nasty, and you know you nasty, but you still doing nasty shit. And then the ones that ain't nasty, y'all won't move. Shout out to the women who up and move. Shout out to the women that just take a chance and say, fuck it, I'm going to make shit happen. But some of y'all are just stuck, and you got every reason in the book. You come up with every excuse known to man as to why you can't move. Oh, the kids are here. Oh, my family's here. Oh, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that shit. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. We're going to be reading again chapters. We knocked out chapters 1 and 2, and today was 3 and 4. We're going to do 5 and 6 on Friday. So I want you guys to make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. I got 34 likes. Can I get one more to make it a 35? Can everybody hit the like? Somebody hit the like button to make sure that I got 35 likes before we end. Right? I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys encourage me, and I get excited to see your names in the chat. I really do. I get excited when I see your names in the chat, and it makes me want to read this stuff. I was supposed to read this faster than I did, but I like talking to y'all, especially when I be hearing, because my computer goes bloop. It makes this sound. The software I use to go live, it makes this sound every time you guys chat. And I'd be like, damn, let me just talk to them. So I appreciate you guys being here. Please share the video on your Facebook page. Just, hit the share button and then post on your Facebook timeline. That'd be great. All right, invite your girls so they can tap in and they can read the rest of this book with us. I appreciate you guys being here. Remember, reading is the way to expand your mind and your bank account. All right, we talk about the two ships here, relationships and entrepreneurship, and we flip-flop month after month after month after month. Right? Last month was the richest man in Babylon. The month before that was Hold On to Your Nuts, a relationship manual for men. The month before that was Rich Dad Poor Dad. This month is a relationship book. We're reading the Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition, and I'm speaking specifically to the women. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for pulling up. And you, my friends, are dismissed. I'll see you in Philly tomorrow.
En tu habitación, solo los 2 segundos que hay que detener. Porque que si no siento tu voz o tu olor, te extraño y te quiero ver. Quiero ver. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Me haces falta, bebé. Dime qué tengo que hacer pa' tenerte de una vez, pa' no poderte perder. Dulce, eres mi bombón. Te quiero melocotón. Por ti corro un maratón. Solo de la dirección. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. Pa' mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión. Somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Mira, somos perfectos, es algo indiscutible. Mi estilo y tu estilo no están disponibles. Solo soy sensible cuando te tengo porque eres irresistible. Tus labios combinan con tus ojos, porque eres tan pretty que hasta yo de eso miento. Chica, necesito mis anteojos. Quiero verte en noche hermosa de todos modos. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. A mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión. Somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada.